Happy Thursday, and welcome to another episode of the newly revamped Bourbon Bites. I am Clifton. So great to see so many of you in the chat. I know I've been chatting with you on. There's a lot of streams tonight, basically. I was on Jason's stream, and then I popped into Perry's, and it's a busy night for streams. But I'm so excited for tonight because we have some awesome guests. Some you may have seen earlier tonight. Some you may have seen on my channel before, and some new faces to my stream. But before we get into that, I do want to say one final shout out to my giveaway I have going on Instagram. I just launched my Instagram for Bourbon Bites. If you have not entered it, it's super simple. I'm giving away a Knob Creek pick from Fred No. So if you want to know the details on that, the first rule of the giveaway is to subscribe. So if you're new here, it'd be awesome if you could subscribe and hit the bell button below. The rest of the rules are on my Instagram. It's just Bourbon Bites, same way it's spelled here without the space. So let's get into our guest here tonight. First of all, while I introduce them, let me know what you guys are drinking. I'm going to go to that right after I introduce our guests. So our first guest tonight, his stream was right before mine, as usual. Of course, we're talking about Perry from This Is My Bourbon Podcast. What is up, Perry?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Clifton. Thank you for having me again.
You're going to redeem yourself this time, this gaming stream.
I make no promises, which is why I only have success in life.
Okay, then. We'll stick with that then. Okay, so next up is, you may have also seen his stream earlier tonight. I'm talking about Jason from the Mash and Drum. Welcome, Jason. He had an awesome stream earlier, drinking the new Rare Breed Rye. So jealous. But yeah, I'm so excited to have you on.
It's good. Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. This was a great idea. This is awesome. I love I drink whiskey while playing video games all the time, so this is just, to do it live is just even better with you guys. So thanks.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is kind of an experimental stream, so we're still working out the kinks with it. But so next up, we have, I think, the guy who inspired this whole thing. We have Bill, the Whiskey Dick.
Hey, everybody.
Of course, showing off a little bit there.
I got the glove on tonight.
Yeah, Bill and I were talking video games, and he's like, man, I'd love to do like a gaming stream with you. That's kind of where this idea came from. So good to have you, Bill. Thank you for joining.
I'm so glad that you encouraged us to all do this, because it's kind of a pain to get the stuff set up, and I just needed that little nudge. So awesome. Thank you.
And last but not least, of course, we have someone that actually was the first person to have me on his stream a while back ago. I'm talking about Matt from the Whiskey Crusaders. Welcome, Matt.
How's it going? Thanks for having me on, Clifton.
So good to have you guys all here tonight. I don't know why I'm like still being all like producer voice, but yeah. So no, this was just like a random idea, and you guys all seemed interested. So
Heck yeah,
making it happen.
It was a hard sell, video games and whiskey. I mean,
yeah, like I don't know.
We have to twist your power glove a little bit to get your.
We can't have LAN parties in person anymore, so
this is the biggest turnout I've ever had at a party. So hey, how about that? Maybe I'm doing something right. Yeah. So do we want to like tell people what we're playing tonight? Just like a little teaser.
Sure.
So I'm playing Star Fox for the Super Nintendo. One of my favorite games growing up. I've played a few other games that I grew up with, like Super Mario Bros. And Donkey Kong. But I play those all the time on this channel. So I'm like, let's do something different. So I did Star Fox. What about you guys?
I chose a game that I am much more how do I put this, accustomed to than the last Mario game that I played on a live stream, where I basically died every 30 seconds, and every third try, I accidentally hit my autosave button or my auto load button on my controller.
World 2 level 1, right? Or is it World 1 level 2?
World 1 level 2.
Steven will let us know if he's in the chat.
It sent me back there no less than 6 times. So it was a very boring live stream.
It was hilarious.
We're replaying the same level. So I actually chose Super Mario World because that was kind of my first Mario game that really got me into playing video games first and foremost. And then I am a just diehard Nintendo fan. I know there are so many people who are diehard video game geeks, nerds, whatever. And, you know, they play Xbox and PlayStation, and they're also PC gamers and everything. And like my home is just within Nintendo games. Look, I'm full screen.
You're still here. I'm still here. I'm playing with my controls.
Perry's getting
Now.
nostalgic.
Yeah. Anyway, no, it was the game that first that got me excited for video games. So
And see, that's what I thought. So like when we first decided to play Mario together, I was thinking of the Super Mario World, and then you like freaked me out and you played the old Mario. I'm like, oh gosh, and I sucked at it. So.
It was a horrible mistake that I will never make again.
And Jason, what about you?
So I have a bunch of games that got me hooked on video games growing up, but there's only so many I could play with my keyboard. I need to get one of those Bluetooth controllers to help me out. But the one I chose that I was feverishly playing, I remember growing up constantly because I was just trying to beat it and beat freaking Mike Tyson, is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Nice.
So I got some Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on deck for tonight, but some of the other games that kind of got me into games as well. Metroid was a big one.
Yes.
I had a group of friends. They were mainly Nintendo guys. I was the only guy that had a Sega. So I had Sega Master System. I had Sega Master System, which nobody had.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, and then
Worst game covers ever.
Yeah, and then but once I got Genesis, everyone was coming to my house.
Right.
So yeah, a couple of Genesis games like Phantasy Star 2 is the one that got me into role playing games. Golden Axe and some of a lot of those other ones. But yeah, tonight I'm playing Mike Tyson's and I'm gonna beat the crap out of Sandman. So
Nice. And Matt, probably the smartest of us all, tonight you were not playing a game, but you're just gonna watch us at least you may watch me make a fool of myself failing.
I love video games. I just I don't have one for I have an old school Nintendo behind me. I play Zelda, ice hockey, Metroid, Bad News Baseball, and then we got the Sega Genesis. I love the Desert Strike games, and Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat were my favorites as a kid. So I loved all those and spent many, many months, I'm sure, playing those games like a sick bastard. Because that's what we do, 12 or hell.
I played Street Fighter 2 constantly. That would be the game I'd be playing, but I can't play that game on a keyboard. I can't go Hadouken with the keys.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. You have to have remotes. Otherwise
you gotta have remotes. I'm gonna get it just because of this stream. Just because of this stream, Clifton. I ordered two different remotes to do a Bluetooth.
Nice. They make a difference. They like Harry and I.
Yeah, they make all the difference.
Freaking love this remote.
Yeah.
So, Bill, last but not least, what are you playing here tonight?
So I grabbed a couple of games. Actually, I was talking to Clifton last night. I was trying to get the MAME emulator to work so I could do arcade games because I really wanted to play a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. So I kind of had to compromise because couldn't get that to work. So I picked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time for SNES, as well as Mega Man X because I figured both of those would look pretty fun on a stream like this. As far as like games though, oh man, I've been everything. Like I have every system. A lot of you guys have probably, if you're in the Discord, you've seen my
yeah, he posted it the other night. I was very you have so many things.
Every shelf is a different generation of just video games in general. But I mean, Final Fantasy VII. As you guys were talking, like I've got NES, SNES memories and everything. But what I was thinking about was the original Final Fantasy VII and how I used to fall asleep on the couch as like I think like probably 11 or 12 playing that game, and I would wake up in the morning and I would keep playing the game. And I remember like it was only a few days into the game I had 99 hours because I kept falling asleep and it was like the clock was ticking.
That was your excuse, you fell asleep, but you actually played it for 99 hours.
I'm sure I did too.
Awesome. It sounds like we have a really nice lineup tonight. I guess we can talk about what we're drinking like as we go along. We're trying to combine the themes of like games that make us nostalgic, but also whiskeys that bring back a certain memory. Maybe not from when we were 12, because that would be a little weird. But something in the kind of same vein. So I'm just want to look in the chat. I did ask them
at an early age. So
yeah, we're talking about
video games. I asked people about what whiskey they're drinking. Everyone's talking about games. So we're off to a good start.
If we're talking about whiskeys when we were 12, then I have to whip out the Sambuca because that's what my grandmother used to give me.
Yeah.
Turkey for that.
Terrible.
So who wants to get started? I mean, Perry has Mario. That's always a good place to start. But what do you guys? Is that good? Perry, do you want to start?
We're all pouring a drink. Do a little cheers.
Yes, let's
let's
drink
first.
All right. So what are you guys pouring?
I went with sorry, Clifton.
No, I would say I am pouring the very first whiskey I ever bought. I meant like when I started getting into whiskey, not like Jack and Coke and stuff. Of course, Evan Williams, 1783, recommended by, you may know them, Chad and Sarah from It's a Bourbon Night. That's how I found their channel. I was in a liquor store. I was like, what bourbon do I want under $20? And I saw this one. So that was my first whiskey. So what about you guys?
Who's Chad and Sarah?
I don't know, Perry.
I actually went with kind of with the elevated version of what was the first whiskey or the first bourbon rather, that I kind of latched onto, which was Bullet. So I'm drinking the Bullet Blender Select at the moment.
Nice. I haven't seen that in stores yet, but I know it's coming around.
Yeah, I have so many bottles on my floor at the moment because nobody's been over to my house in over 2 months.
We don't talk about floor bottles here because there are plenty.
Basically, like the cabinet behind me is useless anymore just because of the amount of bottles that I have out on the floor.
Nice. I guess we'll keep going around the room to find out what everyone's drinking. What about you, Jason?
I have a wild turkey I'm keeping with the wild turkey theme. I have 2 drams that I poured that I grabbed tonight. Booker's, because this is the first bourbon that made me love bourbon. So I got some country ham right here. And then I have a wild turkey from the 1980s because those were my golden years. So
that's awesome. I wish I had like a vintage whiskey. That's a really cool idea.
That's sad. There's a little bit of sadness in that statement, Jason.
Yeah, there is.
Sell yourself short, my friend.
A little bit of a tear comes down, the 80s.
They don't know the 80s. They weren't freaking born.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
That's
right, Steven. Floor bottles are the best bottles.
Yeah, floor bottles are pretty damn good bottles. Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, Matt, what are you drinking while you're watching us?
Well, so I figured if we're gonna go with the 80s, I brought 2 one's from the 70s, one's from the 80s, a 1977 Old Pulteney and a 1984 Johnny Walker. So red.
Wow, man, you guys are like filling me up.
So
you get a pass.
The old school stuff.
You get a pass.
How about you, Bill?
Well, so you guys kind of, we're saying old whiskeys or things that were nostalgic. So I figured I'd pick the first, technically second whiskey I ever had. First whiskey I ever had was legal age, was Jack Daniels. So I'm going to be classy, Mr. Jack Daniels out of my Glencairn today.
But you never did that.
I have some Johnny Walker Black labeled little tiny bottle. I might not have too much of that. And then Jameson. So
nice. All the good starters.
I may end up switching to something a little bit better, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll work through it. Like I said, this is kind of an experiment, but I knew all of you guys seemed to enjoy the idea, so we're just going to roll with it. So, Perry, are you ready to go?
As ready as I think I might ever be.
All right,
here we go.
Let's watch Perry play.
You guys feel free to shit talk everyone. That's the goal too. So do it to me too.
I just started sweating like a lot.
Okay, maybe don't shit talk Perry. Save it for me. But all right. So I think we're good to go.
Full disclosure, I did get a little bit warmed up. I needed just like a level and a half to get used to everything. So
not gonna lie, I did the same.
I'm not I didn't jump into this super rusty or anything.
And I do apologize, everyone. We tried to figure the audio issue out. There's not really an easy way to broadcast the game's audio while we're all on stream. So we're doing our best. We have our volume turned up a bit. I can kind of hear it, but we're all gonna have this problem.
Yeah. You can kind of hear it. I can hear Yoshi jumping.
I can hear Yoshi jumping. Yeah.
Look at Perry. Perry's been drinking tonight. He's playing good.
I was gonna say.
I told you that I know how to play this game. I made a really bad mistake playing the
Mario game, Perry.
Hey, look, 1 up.
Nice.
I haven't played this game probably in damn near 30 years.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too. But man, such a good game.
You get back on Yoshi.
I was like, is this game even out 30 years ago? But I guess it came out. I think it came out in 93. Did it, Perry? I feel like it came out the year we were born.
Honestly, Clifton, I don't.
I feel like I looked it up.
I think you're right. You're right.
Something like that.
That was around the year the SNES came out, and that's. I mean, this is a launch title with it, so
which means this game came out the year that I was born.
Yeah, same. So. That's why it's important. Like, it's one of my favorite games too. The only reason I didn't play it is because I played it a couple weeks ago.
So let's see. NES was 90. Was 85. So actually, I bet the SNES came out more like 90 or 89.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
This is Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1990 it came out.
Ha.
Yeah, I was right. 30 years ago.
Nice. Okay, so the first super chat comes from Steven Sussman, who is asking me to make the sound effects.
Oh, do it.
I have no idea where to start.
Somebody could just go behind you and punch you in the back of the head and see if you
I'll save that for we'll save that for later in the stream when we have a few more drinks. Then I might.
Pew 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 pew.
Blur.
Oh man, I almost thought I died there.
Blur.
I must say you're doing much better than last time, Perry.
Let me stop. Never mind. What am I doing?
I was gonna say, really? Play Mario.
Harry's like flying through this game right now.
I know. He says he just practiced a little bit. Man, you've been playing this all
Yeah,
day.
he was up for like 24 hours straight playing this shit.
Look at that.
I'm
Look at those
basically a
jumping
pro
skills.
gamer. I have the world record for the speed run on Super Mario World
Yeah.
from
Like, he's
1990.
not even like waiting the time shit. He's like, I just know it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Look,
amazing.
man,
It was tough to get.
Yeah, look, he already went under the limbo pole. So yes.
Well, I hit the thing. You get more points if you hit the thing.
Of course.
See?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do one more level and then
You're flying through these. Let's do 3.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a water level. Good luck.
I hate water levels so much.
Big Bertha. Or no, is it Big Bertha? Is that the fish's name?
I don't. Is it?
I think so.
Got me.
So Super Mario World was on Super Nintendo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a great system, man.
I love. So
Yeah.
as
One of the
as
best-
I was also talking about, like, games that made me kind of fall in love with video games. Crap.
Mhm.
Super Nintendo was really the system that I grew up with the most. And then once the 64 and the GameCube came along, then it was like, oh, okay. Like there's crap.
Ha.
Hi, Yoshi.
Yoshi, no.
But like this system, like even still, it feels like the most comfortable for me.
Yeah.
Like when they switched from the Super Nintendo to the GameCube, or no, excuse me, to the 64, and they added that weird thing in the
back
middle.
controller thing.
The analog or the Z trigger?
Oh,
Yeah.
It felt clunky, and then like the GameCube felt a lot better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't even remember, like, because I had to have adapted to like play the Nintendo 64 with one arm because it had that back thing, and I feel like I didn't play games that used that very much. And I think, but I feel like I did play more Nintendo 64 than Super Nintendo. I think it's because I got the Super Nintendo so late; it was a hand-me-down from a cousin. So I think that may have been why. But yeah, I'm like right there with you, Perry.
You can play a good amount of the N64 games using the D-pad with the I know you can do both.
Oh
So
yeah.
that
Absolutely. And I think that was like kind of their thinking in terms of transitioning people from just the D-pad to Joy-Cons. Because once you hit the GameCube, there wasn't a D-pad on the GameCube, was there?
There was, yeah.
Was there? Okay.
I'm sorry, on the GameCube? No, there was not.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, like that was their method of transitioning people, and then there was virtually nothing on the Wii.
Yeah.
These are the only I can still play new systems. I can't play these other systems.
I
More
love
than 3 buttons. I'm screwed.
I love the Switch. I really, really love my Switch.
Never played that.
Yeah. I've been
I like
playing
that
the Switch quite a bit. I've been playing my PS4 a lot lately. I've been
Really?
playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake lately. And it's killing me because I don't think I have ever... It might be, other than World of Warcraft back when I was playing that, Final Fantasy VII Remake is the only game I can think of that I've actually pre-ordered. Just never was a thing I do. But I've been so hyped for that game, and I have barely played it because all I do is WhiskeyTube stuff.
So the only game that I've ever pre-ordered, and I'm gonna wind up doing my second one with the new Paper Mario. But I got a DS specifically for the remake of Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I went the whole 9 yards. Like I went and waited in line at GameStop to get my game, and like pre-ordered it and everything. Got the little pre-order bundle or whatever. But I am always like perpetually about 2 months, anywhere from 2 to 6 months behind
Yeah.
trying to catch up with people on new games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's just like if I don't get to it, I just don't get to it.
Yeah, same here. It's so much to keep up with.
Does anyone remember TurboGrafx 16?
Of course. Yeah.
I personally
not.
I actually
Yeah,
had I had the handheld one.
Oh, what was it called?
The portable handheld TurboGrafx that was like the best quality. It was like, first of all, the thing was the size of a brick.
Yeah, huge. Yeah.
Was it the
But it
virtual?
had like the screen
No, not
was
the,
like a
not the
mini.
Virtual Boy.
The screen was like a mini TV, and I remember having that, but I was the only kid like playing Bonk's Adventure.
I have no idea what that is. I did want to get to the super chat before we missed it. Bottled and Bond said, "Am I the only one who thinks that when we were younger, we were better at video games? I used to rock Mega Man. Now I suck."
That's so true. That's so true. I'm
terrible.
terrible.
Mega Man. They changed their mind, right?
Can you guys see that?
What is
Wait,
that?
hold on. I'll full screen you. Hold on, Bill.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Virtual Boy.
Oh, I forgot about that thing. Oh my god, it's hilarious. The graphics on thing, all that little red lines on it, the thing was terrible. It was so funny. My friends had one of those. The thing was like the first, virtual reality 3D game. Terrible.
Yeah.
They should have done a better job. It had a long ways to go.
Well, look where we are now. We have like VR, just like mobile.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a great, like, I guess, leader in the industry.
VR.
Yeah. All right, ready to move on to the next game. Who wants to go next?
let me
Jason,
let
you're
me
next
punch
in the
some people
lineup,
out.
What was that, Jason?
I'm gonna punch some people out. You ready?
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me get your thing pulled up. All right, let me know when you're ready to go.
Play Missile Command. Earlier, I saw somebody saying that Final Fantasy 6, 7, and 8 were great, but after that, it was terrible. So totally disagree.
Oh, gosh, here we go.
Tony Cronin is at the moment arguing with me that Majora's Mask isn't as good as Ocarina of Time.
They're very.
I like Ocarina of Time.
Very different tone.
I prefer. That's the thing. I prefer them for different reasons. Yeah. Like I think that Ocarina of Time is just overall a completely solid game. It has some of the best mechanics for a Zelda game. Yeah. But if you're looking for sheer uniqueness in the Zelda series,
Ocarina of Time is it's so nostalgic to me.
Yeah. I have affinity for both games.
Yeah.
Eat that French bastard, Jason.
Sit down.
Joe.
Looks like everybody in the chat is disagreeing with me.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Ocarina is better than Majora's. Link's Awakening.
I mean, by all means, I don't care. I mean, if you guys feel that way, that's fine. I just, I think Majora's Mask is just the most, aside from maybe Breath of the Wild, I think it's one of the most unique games. Out there. Yeah. Breath of the Wild is freaking beautiful though.
So I'm gonna say two things that are gonna make me seem like a total noob, and I'll give my excuse for both of them. Number one, I have never beaten the original Super Mario Brothers. Just somehow,
when I was a kid, I didn't care about beating games. I just wanted to play them for fun.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to beat it. I just because my whole thing is I didn't want to use the warp tunnels or the warp pipes. So I want to play the whole thing, right? So then I would occasionally get way to the very end, and I would just always end up dying. And I never really went back and beat it. I have on the Switch I could go play it, and I probably should just to go beat it, but never did that. Now the other thing, and this one's way more embarrassing, is because I never had it. Link's
nice
because Link sucks.
No, not Link sucks. No. Oh my God, what is it? The Super Nintendo Zelda game. Link to the Past. Thank you. Yeah. Jeez. Wow, that's embarrassing too. But I never really got into that one. I never liked it actually. I like pretty much every other Zelda game, but I never liked that one, and that's sacrilege for gamers.
I don't think that Link to the Past is all that good.
I don't really have much memory playing as a kid. Honestly, I don't think that was a game that I was really gravitating towards.
It's okay.
Yeah. I want to give two shout outs real quick before we miss them. Eric Black, thank you for the super chat. He said play Missile Command. I don't currently have that one. Steven Sussman contributed toward the Jason sound effect fund. So I don't know if he's asking you to do the sound effects for yourself, Jason, or.
Yeah, I'll do them right now.
Jason's been very quiet while he's been playing this game. He's just uber focused.
Yeah.
Concentrating.
I got to
This game gets tough.
you know.
Jason can't talk. He's using his hands.
Oh, I got a star. You're about to go down, buddy. Good night.
Oh, nice.
I know like the later levels in this game are so difficult.
Yeah, I mean it starts getting hard pretty quick.
Yeah, the once you get past the first like two, like after this grouping, like this is the title bout for this guy. But after this, it immediately gets harder. It's crazy.
Have you guys played Cuphead?
Yes, I love
I
Cuphead.
haven't. That looks so fun.
What is that?
It's an amazing, like it's kind of a run and gun platformer,
Mhm.
and it's beautiful. I mean, it's based on like 1930s cartoon art, so that really old, like grainy kind of visuals that they use, and it's available on basically every platform at this point. But
I got it when it first came out. I got like the pre-order bonus and everything. Like I was excited for that game.
it's really, really good and really cool, but it is a beast of a game.
Oh my gosh!
It
Even
is-
on 2-player mode, it's so hard.
Well, I've been watching a Let's Play this past week of a couple of guys playing Cuphead co-op, and they both said that they went and played it separately from each other, like they played it on their own, and they said that your power in co-op basically gets halved from what it is when you're playing solo.
I just think it's a fun game to play like with someone. I mean, Justin and I really love playing it. And Steven says the soundtrack is solid. Yeah, we actually got a vinyl of it. Yeah, I love the soundtrack.
You have it on vinyl?
Yeah, well, so it's a promotion. It's part of the sign-up bonus. It's just like a couple tracks.
I need to look for it on vinyl.
Yeah, they have the full
Cuphead,
soundtrack on vinyl too.
Wasn't Cuphead an Xbox exclusive for a while, or is it still?
I think it started out as an Xbox exclusive, but it's on every platform now.
Okay,
It's on
I think
Switch,
it's sort of like Xbox and PC.
Nice job, Jason.
Yo, Adrian. You know, sometimes I just like to punch the guys. You know.
All right, so question for the chat. Everybody here, who's your main on Smash Brothers? Any Smash Brothers? Who's the guy that you picking first?
I always like Link. I like Link, and I like Pikachu just for fun. But
Dude, Pikachu
I'm
is
Pikachu as well.
Troll in Smash Bros. It's so easy to just piss people off with.
I just button mash. Like no matter what, I just button mash. I just feel like Pikachu's fun to button mash with. I like Jigglypuff too. Or no, is it Kirby or Jigglypuff? I don't remember.
I think Jigglypuff is no. You're right. Kirby's like the best troll because you just go off in a corner. And you're like hi. Do that over and over again. So brutal.
Let's see what people in the chat. So King Jack says Luigi is his go-to. Someone said Kirby.
This is in which game? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Super Smash Brothers.
Who's your pick?
Yeah, I like Luigi, or I like to use Shame. What's his name from Samus from Metroid.
Samus? Yeah.
What's his name? Excuse me. Do you even play video games?
All right, her name.
Let's talk about this for a second, okay?
All right, I'm sorry. It's a girl. I'm sorry.
That was the whole big reveal at the end of Metroid 1.
Hey man, no spoilers. No spoilers.
Don't spoil 1987 game.
That came out in 1987.
Speaking of which, man, Super Metroid. I considered playing that tonight, but I was like, "There's no way that would be entertaining to watch the beginning of that game." There's no from with the space pirates. That actually would have been fun to watch.
Ooh.
But, oh well,
Yeah, I tried to pick a game that I feel like would be fun to watch because there was a game that I really liked growing up as a kid. But it's called like the Great Circus. It had like Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. It was a weird, obscure game.
Yes, yeah, Mickey Mousecapades.
Yeah. I loved it, but I feel like people don't know that game. So I went with Star Fox.
I rented it and I was terrible. I like kept dying and dying and dying.
Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went with Star Fox. I'll go ahead and play that now.
Why don't you go next? Yeah.
Yeah, I poured my second whiskey, which is let me make my screen bigger since I'm controlling it now. Okay, there we go. So I poured Maker's Private Select. This is the
sorry.
Rob Samuels pick. This is I got this recently. He was at Costco. They did like their little holiday kit. That came with this, and then the Maker's 46 cast strength, and just regular cast strength. And yeah, it was just a really important memory, I guess, in like the whole whiskey world. He was the first master distiller or master whatever president, whatever he is. First person I met in the whiskey world. So that's why I poured.
Brand ambassador, I think.
Well, he's the president of the company, right? Or is he like he's someone important.
I mean, he's the son of the master.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Either way,
son of the.
Oh my God, Pitfall! Pitfall was a great game.
Atari and the Sega game.
A shit game, man. It's like that game is
I don't remember. Did that game ever end, or you just?
That's where I don't know. I never got.
Who knows? No one ever beat it. It was too damn hard.
It definitely seemed like it didn't just go on forever. Like it progressed, but I never saw the end.
Like, yeah, I remember it progressing and each thing getting harder, and then there was like a pit that was obviously this big.
Did you fall in it?
You can only jump.
I don't know what Pitfall is.
You can only jump this far.
Yeah, and you're screwed every time.
You're gonna fall in it. Hence Pitfall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't remember how Pitfall ever ended.
Got me. Never beat it. Don't know.
Oh man, I haven't seen Star Fox in forever.
No.
Yeah, hopefully you guys can
I
hear
never
like the sound effects.
like with the emergency that like when it's like emergency, it always sounded like he was saying he's hurting me to me. I don't know. Did you ever notice that? Am I totally out of my mind?
Got me.
I've not noticed it.
Haven't played this game in a long time.
I have not either, so don't judge me. I did the training earlier, and I think I might get it.
That's great. Yeah, I was saying earlier, it was so hard to get ready for the stream because I just kept playing Turtles. Like I would jump in and be like, "Oh, cool! Is it working? Yeah, all right. Let me just beat up some Foot Clan here."
Yeah, exactly.
You in the face.
There you go.
Did you guys ever play Secret to Mana ever on Super Nintendo?
I never played it, but
I was more of an Earthbound guy.
I love that game. Many months of my life were spent on that over my best friend's house. We played all three. We even got the Japanese version, the third one. Played an emulator on that for like 6 months of our lives.
nice.
Great game.
Yeah.
So for you guys, like I know that there, Bill and I have kind of alluded to this in terms of games that have we've kind of latched onto and held onto for years. But have there been any games that like no matter what release, you're always kind of you're going to play it, like the newest editions of Super Mario or Call of Duty or something like that?
That's a good question. I mean, it's a little recent, but I'd say Skyrim. I've probably bought Skyrim 3 times.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Like that's a great one. But I don't know. I'm sure there's more I could think of. But how much?
Well, as a kid, for me, it was always the Pokemon games. Like I bought every single one.
See, the problem for me with Pokemon was that it got samey.
Yeah.
And I know that the exact same thing can be said for any series of games, right? Yeah. And I think part of it is because I just am not that big of a fan of turn-based games. Like whether it's Final Fantasy, honestly, sorry, Bill, or Pokemon, but like I like the kind of in the moment strategy, as opposed to, you drew this card and you get to do this attack, or right, you got this much left on your magic meter. And, like it just, I know I'm playing up like how I feel about it, but like I love so much more the action RPG aspect of it, of video games. But I also don't like third or first person shooters very much. That's not really
I'm all for the first person shooters.
I love the Doom and Wolfenstein 3D. That's the good shit. Hexen and Heretic. I love those games.
Yeah,
Hexen and Heretic.
Yeah, I got
maybe the 2 worst first person shooters.
Yeah,
they were great. I love them. I ripped them off and got them for free. Henceforth making them great.
Yeah, I got a little bored of first person shooters too, but there were some really unique ones that really that I liked a lot. BioShock I was a huge fan of. I love the whole steampunk theme to it. That was really cool.
That was a good one. Yeah.
If there's a game I buy, every single one of it's Assassin's Creed.
Yes. Absolutely.
Here we go. That's kind of what I was.
I buy every single one. It doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, there's some good ones and some bad ones.
Yeah.
But Assassin's Creed 2 was like my first. That launched me into like I have to get every single one of these. So.
Ezio de Torre de Firenze.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Auditore di Firenze.
Yes, I was like, he'll say it better than I will.
Yeah.
I like how I was shooting my own guy this whole time, by the way.
Good job.
He was in front of me. I was like, there's an enemy, but it was my own guy.
Alco and Slippy both deserve it. At least Pepe's like, he's all right.
That's fun. You guys ever play Duke Nukem 3D?
Yeah, I remember
I
playing.
love that game.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I like shrinking guys and then stepping on them.
We like to go to the clubs with the ladies wrapped up in the vines. So it's always entertaining. Especially as a high school kid, that was like the best.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm so bad at this.
Yeah, you're doing all right. As long as you don't die on this first level, I mean, you're
Tell me that. This is the boss. Okay, levels are different on this game.
Oh no.
Oh no. See, maybe
I wanted to lose a wing so bad.
Like,
Are you fighting a kite? What is that?
see, that's
This is
what I was
That's
just
the
about
thing,
to say, Jason. Is like, how do you tell what anything is in this game?
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Oh, there goes your
yeah, I'm the first one to die.
there goes your polygonal plane.
Drop an F in the chat for.
Okay, if it starts me right at the boss again, okay, it started me right here. I'll give it one more go, then I'll give up.
Triangle.
That's right, Sonny.
I'll do all the barrel rolls for you, Steven.
So I moved on to the Johnny Walker Black. This was the first whiskey I ever bought myself. Well, is that true? I've probably first non-Jack Daniels whiskey I ever bought myself. So
What was the first bottle of booze you bought in general? It doesn't matter if it was whiskey, just in general.
Mine was cheap flavored vodka.
yeah, it was probably vodka, but it might have,
Your schnapps.
might have been Captain Morgan
I
actually.
don't even want to tell you what mine was.
I still have a bottle.
Okay, how is it worse than cheap flavored vodka? I mean, like,
All right. You ready?
Jason, we're going full Fred Bennick here. What was it?
How about Black House Blackberry Schnapps?
Yeah, mine was root beer schnapps.
Yeah, maybe you should have told us.
Might have been Bird Dog.
Exactly.
Granted, that was legal in this country. In other countries, when it was legal, it was mostly 151 rum by the gallon.
oh my gosh.
Fair enough.
I'm going to tell you how much fun we had with that sucker. With about 8 other people, that was a great time. I think it cost me $6 for 151 a gallon of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're in Aruba. I was like, $6? It's a gallon? Hell yeah, we need this.
I think the first one I bought, it was either
Pew pew pew.
Nice.
I think he just exploded the toaster.
I the background. Dude, like you're getting everybody who's watching is also getting like the short replays in the mirror in the background too.
Oh yeah.
I either bought a
It was sorry.
it was either an Irish whiskey or
Not
and I
bad.
can't even remember what Irish whiskey it was. Or this value pack Jim Beam Black that I got. It was like the bottle plus 2 rocks glasses. And I got so drunk on that bottle the first night that I had it that it took me a solid 3 years to try Jim Beam Black again.
Yeah, that happens.
Now it's just whatever at this point.
Yeah, my friend Priscilla will never touch tequila again. I made her margaritas, but they were some of my first margaritas I ever made. It was pretty much just straight tequila.
Yeah, I'll never drink tequila again either. It's just I had some bad memories of that.
See, I haven't had white rum is the only one that I had a pretty bad experience with, but like I haven't had like one of those awful experiences that turns me off from something yet.
I'll tell you about the first time I was drunk. I don't know if I have ever revealed this in a public setting, whether it's been on the podcast or. All right, fine.
You got the big screen.
We need all full attention to pay right now.
Yeah, great. Okay, now I really have to tell this story. So I'd never really been drunk before, and Lucy, my wife, had an affinity for gin, and she was like, "Let's just make like gin and sprites," and I was like, "Okay, whatever." Gin does weird things to a brain, and it made me lay down and flap my arms and say I was a bird.
You had a lot.
That wasn't absinthe.
No. It was definitely gin. I love absinthe though.
At least it wasn't at a wedding. My wife did snow angels on the dance floor at a wedding. It was awesome.
Which balcony is you pouring there, Matt?
Then she went over the side of the hill. We were at this wedding up in Oakland, and she came down the side of the hill so much. It was awesome. It must have been like 50 feet of vomit.
50 feet of vomit.
Just rolling down this hill is hilarious.
50 feet of vomit sounds like a knockoff, like grunge band or something.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
For real, right?
Hey, we're 50 feet of vomit.
Right after grunge died, like somebody was really, really trying to bring it back. And then, like 50 feet of vomit.
All right, Bill, you ready with your game?
I'm good. All right.
Plenty of sound effects for the turtles.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. I think there we go. All right. So I need from the chat. Who am I playing with? Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael. What am I doing here? I'm gonna give people 2 seconds to check it out. Now, can you guys hear the sound? Because I have it a little louder than normal.
Can hear a little bit.
Let's talk about the options here.
I can crank it.
Everybody knows you play with Michelangelo or Raphael.
So I gotta say Donatello. He's got the reach.
Oh, that's true. He does have the reach, and Leo's just kind of badass too.
So we got Leo. All right, I'm gonna go Leo.
All right.
All right, here we go. All right, shut up, April.
April, you suck.
Right? Like, what is that yellow thing? Come on, man.
El Loco Coco says they chugged with me on my birthday and they didn't drink for 4 straight weeks.
Damn.
Hey, hey.
There we go. Sound effects, please.
Hey,
Thank
awesome,
you,
dude. Pizza. Dude, where's the pizza? Cowabunga, dude. Hey.
Did I hear
what is this move here? Right? Hey, hold on. That's a thing. Hold on.
You're supposed to avoid the big ball.
Yeah, that move where he like puts the sword between his legs. Like, what's that about? I'm trying to do the move and not paying attention to the level. Probably not do that.
I lost a turtle dick. Happens.
That's just a fancy sword move.
That one.
Hey, who's on here? Oh, dude, you just got pizzaed.
I gotta get away from them.
Yeah, I love the arcade version. Or what was the arcade one?
Awesome.
Yeah, the arcade version was like hard but awesome.
Yeah, I would sit there literally for like an hour and just keep feeding it quarters and play it.
Oh, so you got places here to let you play all you can play for like $13. You can sit there for hours playing this game.
Yeah.
Great.
I think about this all the time, and I always mean to make a list, and I just never have. What's the one game you guys have always wanted to play, but you've never gotten around to it?
Oh man, that's a good question.
I have a very specific one for a very specific reason, but it's off the wall.
I don't have one at first that comes to mind, but Perry, tell yours and maybe I'll think of one.
Well, I want to play the ET game.
It's so bad. I mean, it's as bad as they say.
I watched the gameplay footage of it. Yeah,
is the problem.
I believe it, but like, I want to experience that rage of feeling. Why did this ever get approved by anybody? Like that is always my main question. Like, if something sucks, if something just straight up is terrible, like I automatically go, how did this get through the chain of command, right? Where it went to the public and somebody just said, "Yeah, that's totally fine. This is
Because it was a movie game. Those usually suck.
so."
Dude, I'm in software. It happens a lot. How broken is that? Can we release that with those bugs? Yep. Sure can.
We'll patch it later. It'll be fine.
Right?
Hey, it sounds like our accounting software at work. It's still a piece of shit.
All right.
And they have to fix it.
Bonus points for anybody who can tell me what this guy's name is. Well, his full name.
Oh, that's Fly Swat.
No.
I was going with that. I have no idea.
No idea.
Baxter something.
Buggy
Is it,
With an S.
He looks like a
Baxter,
Muppet with wings.
It does really.
For real.
You little bastard. Baxter Stockman. Yes, very good.
Baxter
Good job,
Stockton. Wow. I would say mine is probably the because I never had the platform. I never really got to play a lot of the Metal Gear Solids,
Oh, so good.
and I know those games were always like said to be so good, and I just never got a chance to play them.
Did you play the original one on Nintendo? The original Metal Gear?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah, it was hard, but it was a classic.
I have very strong opinions about most games. Damn it! Get over here.
Dude, did he just like shoot? What is he shooting at you?
Man.
Like a giant hung.
This is awfully like difficult for a first world boss.
I know.
Just die, dude.
Pull up, you son of a bitch.
He doesn't have any help.
Oh, now it's exploding. Okay.
But see, I can imagine this being hard because it's like not a clone of the arcade one, but those are meant to be hard to take your money.
Well, when I was trying to play it with the MAME emulator, do you guys mind if I do one more level?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, go for it. I want to see the next boss. I don't know you fight.
Yeah. When I was trying to play it on the MAME cabinet, I accidentally like put quarters in for all 4 players, and there were so many enemies on screen because it just ramps up the difficulty.
No.
And I was just like, "Oh my god, what am I doing?"
That's amazing. It's just 4 times the enemy.
Yeah, it really was. So many guys.
I have not. King Chat asked if I've been to 82 Arcade Bar in LA. I haven't. I've been to a couple. There's one called Player One that I go to, and there's one called the One Up. But I have not been to 82. I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, we have a barcade right here literally down the road from my house.
We've got one in Lexington too.
That place is dangerous.
Yeah. Oh no, that's like my favorite kind of bar, honestly. Like I literally thought about taking out a business loan and starting one in Charleston, South Carolina, because there was nothing. There's still nothing. But it's a college town, a bunch of geeks. Like that's like the biggest, like best business venture I could think of.
Guys.
Mousers. No, those weren't mousers. What are those called?
I don't know, but they're cool to kill.
Yeah.
Aren't those those Roombas?
Roombas?
I'm totally
Now I'm imagining Goombas from Super Mario as
Oh my
Bourbon.
god, yeah, Goombas mixed with Roombas.
Oh, that's
Oh my god, if you have a Roomba, you should paint it like a Goomba.
And just make it chase your cat around or something.
Yeah,
I've never been
amazing.
dress your cat up like Mario.
Oh my god, that's a great idea. So we should get some licensing from Nintendo to do that.
Oh, I'm dead. All right.
Oh, what is the one console? What is the one console you always wanted but never got it?
Actually, for me, it was probably the Turbo Graphics.
Really?
I never had it, but like I really wanted it. So Clifton,
Oh, you're done.
yeah, I figured
Like,
out.
you died, you beat the level. That went really fast.
So
Oh, okay. Okay, we won't talk about it.
there you go.
Yeah, I don't think I had a console that I never had because my husband is a huge video game nerd, so like he literally buys every console. I'm just like, oh, cool. So it's been a while since I would probably say GameCube, but my brother had one that I played. So
Mine was the Neo Geo.
Oh wow.
I want a Neo Geo so bad. Oh my god.
Collecting for the Neo Geo is incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
I didn't even attempt. It's everything is expensive.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was, but we had this store by my house called Games People Play, and me and my friends would ride. It was like, I don't know, it was about a 6 or 7 mile bike ride. We would ride all the way up to get to the store just to they had a room where you could just like sit there and play Neo Geo, and we would just go there just to like play it. But it was an impossible, attainable console because it was so damn expensive.
Mm. See, I don't really. I guess that was before. Is that before Super Nintendo?
Neo Geo was after Super Nintendo.
It was after, yeah.
I was so like Perry said, I was so engrossed in the world of Nintendo that these things didn't even like cross my mind.
Yeah.
But shout out to Don with the $10 super chat. He says the first arcade game that hooked him was Space Invaders. Spent so many quarters. I love Space Invaders. I also love Galaga. I think Galaga is my favorite.
I love Galaga.
I thought about playing that tonight. I was like, should I play it? I'm like, nah.
I looked at that one too, actually. Yeah, but I suck at it, so I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I suck too. So thank you, Don, for the super chat. Cheers. We haven't talked about whiskey. I figured we'll take the last 10 minutes and talk about what we're drinking and what whiskeys bring back certain memories. Like, did you share a whiskey with someone special, or just your stories there? Do you guys have anything?
So I just poured a Russell's Reserve single barrel. And it's interesting because my relationship with Wild Turkey, of course, over the past couple of years has changed quite a bit, to have gone from it's whatever to holy crap, I love basically all their products. And I always think of Jimmy Russell, of course, when I pour any Wild Turkey product. And my dad and I have this understanding that I can't reach it, but I have a okay, sorry. I have a bottle of 101 that is signed by Jimmy, and my dad and I have an understanding that, unfortunately, because he is at that point where it is a fair reality, when Jimmy does pass, we're basically just killing that bottle together in our own little personal wake.
Yeah. Well, since you told me that, Perry, I also got him to sign me a bottle of Wild Turkey 101, and I think I'm going to follow you with that tradition because I had the same thought. Like, I haven't opened it.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
I like
that. I don't just think about Wild Turkey as this big name brand that a lot of people have not so fond memories of anymore because of college. I think of it as a family name, a family brand. And so every time I drink turkey, I'm thinking of the Russells. So that's it.
What about you guys?
Also, I totally want to follow that one only because it's also Wild Turkey. So I've told the story on a stream before, but I was on a cruise ship and I think I was 18, which at the time you could drink on cruise ships at 18. Probably still can, I don't even know. But I remember I ordered a Manhattan just because in my mind, that's what men order. And the guy's like, "What do you want in it?" I was like, "I have no idea." And so he's like, "All right, I'll put Wild Turkey in there." Okay, So then I sat down. I had it. I was all by myself. And I had a sip, and I was just like, "This is the worst thing I've ever tasted in my life." Now, even at 18, I was not a drinker whatsoever. I was never like high school go to parties and drink guy. I was high school go to parties and not drink guy, which is even worse. But that was my thing with the first whiskey I ever had was that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have a funny story with like Wild Turkey. Like I never was never my drunk college drink. Like for me, it was always like I sipped it and enjoyed it. But when I was at the liquor store one time, I was looking at handles of it because I was looking for like an older bottle of it because they had some like ones further back. And this like old guy comes out to me. He's like, "Oh boy, you're heading to a party tonight." I'm like, "What?" He was saying like, "I don't drink that stuff," because this old man, I don't know how old he was. He was like 60, I would say. Said that was his like go-to get drunk drink was Wild Turkey. So I guess that's a thing. I mean, I'd never heard about people drinking it. People always just drank Jack Daniels where I was from. But
Where are you from?
I'm from South Carolina.
Okay.
I live in LA now, but originally from South Carolina.
Okay. LA is not too far if I ever do end up getting back to San Diego after this whole stupid
I know.
thing.
Yeah, you and I talked about that like a long time ago. Yeah, no, I love San Diego. I've been dying to go there. It's been a while. I mean, obviously with all this going on, but I'm dying to go anywhere, honestly.
Yeah. Well, that would be
thank
awesome.
you, Tim.
We'll go to
That
the
was-
whiskey room or whiskey house. Whiskey house.
Yes, Whiskey House.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
That place-
I love-
it's expensive,
that.
but their
I love
selection
that
is awesome.
Yeah. Well,
Actually,
yeah, that's right, Jason. You've been there too. Yeah.
The one good deal you must love there is like the Booker's pours are only like
Yes.
$13.
I get I go there and like that may be all I get that night is like 2 different Booker's pours, and like I'm happy.
Yeah, like I tried the the coveted center cut there for $13.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's gone up in price. Last time I was there was like 17, I think.
Oh, it's going up.
But they had some. But they had like some from like 5 years ago. I was like, yes, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim. By the way, I appreciate it. Yeah, this like Bourbon Bites thing is new, but I wanted to go with it because I was tired of just being my name. You all have cool names. Like you have like podcasts and cool channel names.
Yeah, we're real cool.
I was just cool too. So I was like, I need something cool. So
No, I think you came up with an awesome name.
I think that this is honestly, and I'm not trying to, blow smoke or anything, but this is essentially the most unique bourbon branding at the moment.
Mhm.
So,
oh, thank you.
well done, buddy.
I concur.
Are you playing Mario right now?
Sorry, I'm also playing Mario because
I saw your little screen. I was like, he's telling me this like a little sentimental thing, and he's like, just sitting there playing Mario.
Oh, look, he's climbing the fence now.
hold on.
It's funny when you stop playing. I was like, oh man, he's not gonna get to the castle. So
Oh, well, do we want to finish off with Perry at the castle?
yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. We're almost
At
at
least
like
I'm
5
playing
minutes
while we're
left.
chatting.
There you go.
So Rebecca was saying something a minute ago that it was disgusting enough that I thought it was worth reading. She went to a bar years ago and ordered a White Russian. Bartender had bad vision or something and used OJ instead of milk.
Oh God!
Oh my god, that's
We were in
awful.
that.
Oh God! That's terrible.
Horribly wrong.
You guys ready for this?
Tammy, thank you.
Oh, okay.
I love you, Tammy. You're awesome.
That's a big ass tree trunk coming down.
It is.
Yeah.
Man, what a weird looking graphic though. Like what
It's funny when I streamed this game like 2 weeks ago. That was the same thing I said. Like, what did they pick for the graphic of this? Like, something thing?
Yeah, elephant foot. That's bizarre.
like I think you're right. It's gotta be a tree trunk, but like
Is it a tree trunk though? It's
don't know.
yellow.
No, Pelicans. Could be like
Okay, now Perry, do you know how you're supposed to knock him off now?
Yeah,
right?
I know, Clifton. I know. I just,
you're not supposed to get hit by the guy, right?
yeah,
No,
I'm
no,
aware.
yeah, because Perry, I didn't realize how you killed him. I kept trying to like jump on his head. I was like, why isn't he dying? I'm like, oh crap. Knock him off.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
you done got fired.
Did you save state Perry right before or no?
I don't know. Did I? Nope, I didn't.
No.
See, that's what I did when I did the boss battle. I always saved right before. Give it one more go, Perry.
Oh crap! Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm going
Perry.
in with nothing.
do it.
You can do it. One more shot.
Just keep pushing. Just keep
Thank you,
pushing.
and I appreciate having these guys on too. I love each of their channels. By the way, at the end of this, you guys all check out their channels. I mean, y'all probably already do,
I
but
need it. I need the shroom. I need it.
Oh, good. Phew.
oh, that was so
Oh
scary.
my God! Look out for that elephant foot.
That's Jimmy
Even
Russell.
Pilot's not happy about it. I think that's Pilot.
Sammy
I
Tom
can't even hear Jimmy Russell's name without thinking of I Whiskey She Won.
Yeah, that's my problem with Jimmy Russell. He's been ruined permanently by Bobby and Sam.
Yeah, you kind of has.
The picture of Bobby sitting next to him. It's horrible.
I love it.
Oh,
Perry,
too many times.
Be patient. Be patient.
Perry, you have to knock him off.
Oh,
Listen,
look.
you can't just keep jumping on his head. You have to knock him
All right,
off.
we're not ending the stream until we kill this guy.
Okay.
You got a minute and a half.
Perry.
You got it.
You got 2 minutes till my hour marks up, Perry. You can do
You
this.
got hit by the turtle fart.
Ooh.
Should
How
have
did
died
you miss that?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't drink, Bill, till later in life.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's funny. I used to be one of those guys that was all like proud of not drinking.
I was the same way, Bill.
See, I hosted those parties.
Oh my God!
Not
You
you
know.
supposed.
Okay, so I mean that was it. I used to tell I don't want to be not in control of my action.
Yeah.
Shut up, Bill.
Go.
Shut up, teenage.
You got it. There we go.
Good job, Perry.
Ending on a high note.
Good job.
Pro gamer.
Oh, it is scary. Sean.
He tries on the first mini boss.
Yeah, that's not even the full level.
Clifton, can I beat up Don Flamenco real quick?
Of course you.
Go.
Or hold on, I can do
Yeah.
the Rocky training behind Fat
Anybody
Albert.
else remember YTMND?
The flying. Now remember, the flying Frenchman here had a.
And you're about to get content ID.
He had a specific way to do his ass. You had to back and forth with punches.
Agreed, Rebecca.
Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, you got him. You got him.
So you got to go right, left, right, left. And you just keep doing this. Oh,
Yep.
damn it. Damn keyboard.
So we need a controller.
Nice dodge.
There you go. And then you just keep doing this back and forth until you knock his ass out.
You got him. You got him. You got him. Huh. Nice. Way to not get. I'm glad you didn't get greedy, Jason. That would.
It's crazy that he just doesn't even defend.
It's like a real Rocky movie. Nobody blocks.
Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face, right?
That's where I fail at
Tyson
Super
quote,
Smash.
I think, right?
I never block in that game, and I think it's just 'cause it's difficult for me to press that button. But like all my friends know that I never block, and they use that against me.
Yeah, I don't either.
Thank you. Yas and Yas.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
Oh no, I'm tiring. What's happening?
Oh man! Oh, nice
My
dodge.
neck.
Whew.
Oh,
Nice.
look at that.
Come on.
So is this one like where it's like two like mini bosses and like the final boss? Is that how it works? Or I haven't played this in a while.
Yeah, you have to fight like two fighters, then you fight like a champion.
Yeah.
All right, if I can get this to stick. All right, here we go. Right.
Ooh.
You got him. You got him. Come on, keep it going. Keep going. Keep going.
Good night.
Nice.
Nice.
Sit down.
I love you, Adrian.
I love that he's like, no, flop.
All right, that made me happy.
Nice job.
Well,
Yeah,
you beat
you
it.
have to, you have to block when you fight Tyson. There's certain fighters you got to block, but
Yeah.
most of the time you don't have to.
I never beat Tyson.
I only did it. I think I did a handful of times. He's like impossible because he does this super punch that's so fast that if you don't dodge it in time, and you automatically are knocked out.
That'll be fun.
Rocky's-
Hey, you know, sometimes I get punched in the head. Sometimes I like to drink. You know, I do like when I drink the whiskey. Tommy gun.
I love it. Well, with that note, wrap up here. But again, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on. I had so much fun. We need to do more of these. If you guys are ever down to come on play some video games, please let me know. We also were streaming on Twitch, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew, but we're also on Twitch right now.
Wait,
We might do more gaming streams on Twitch, but we'll see. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming on. Like I said, everyone check out their channels. And if you're new here, I would love if you could subscribe. I go live on Thursdays. And don't forget about the Instagram giveaway that ends on Sunday. So
I'm on Twitch.
subscribe here and check me out on Instagram. So
I'm on Twitch. Follow me at my Bourbon Gamer.
yeah, I was actually about to throw over to you guys. Do you have anything coming up cool to like pitch to people? You have a cool podcast coming up, Perry, or anything?
We have a lot of news coming up next week in the world of bourbon, but we also have been doing these ISO sessions with friends of the show where we just check in and hang out with them. So we have a couple of those coming out soon. Jason, yours is coming out next week. Sweet, by the way. Which, as I was saying that, I was like, oh crap, we haven't put that out yet.
No, I enjoyed the ISO session you did this past week. It was really cool.
Yeah, so go check out This Is My Bourbon podcast. We do shows every week. I am live on YouTube every Thursday night at 8:30. Like I was saying too, I am at My Bourbon Gamer on Twitch. I'm going to start doing some Twitch streams potentially. So
Awesome. Can't wait for that.
a lot of pressure on myself.
How about you, Jason? Anything cool coming up?
Yeah, I actually I'm doing a interview with Jackie Zykin, Old Forester, next week. That's Wednesday at 3 p.m. It's a little bit earlier, but I'm extremely excited to talk to her about all things Old Forester and all the amazing things they're doing, switching up their private barrel program, going 100 proof, barrel proof.
Yes.
Some of the ideas behind the Old Forester, the rye, how she was paramount in making that happen, as well as the President's Choice picks, what's coming up for the birthday bourbon, what's coming up down the future. So That's probably my biggest thing coming up. So definitely keep an eye out next week, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, interviewing with Jackie Zykin. So I am super excited. So
That's awesome.
That birthday bourbon better be good because it's like I got a kid on the way. So
We need it, Perry.
in 21 years, open up a crappy birthday bourbon.
So Perry, I know someone that got to taste it already, and he said it was pretty damn delicious. So
That's
Nice.
good to know.
We'll
All right,
talk.
Matt, what about you guys over at Whiskey Crusaders?
Let's see. We got coming up. We're doing a blind sherry scotch on Monday. We got, I guess, Larceny Barrel Proof coming out. Some other more travel retail stuff. We're gonna have Obtanium on, which is the guy who helped source the whiskey for the Whiskey Tribe for their Bouche Rise from Poland. So he should be really fun to talk to. Talk barrel brokerage. So that should be very interesting and total nerd out on that stuff. So looking forward to that.
That's
All the good
awesome.
nerd stuff.
What about you, Bill?
So I have a live stream actually tomorrow night with Taylor from Nick Taylor from Taylor and Taylor Whiskey Company. He's been on the stream before. If you guys remember my the stream I did on Old Pulteney, he was incredibly knowledgeable to the point where I was just pretty much sitting there like, just keep talking. I'm learning so much. So we're going to be drinking the Anok Cutter, and I'm going to be drinking the 18 year as well. I think he's got probably a couple more than those. But I can't compete with that, whatever that was. But it's funny. He told me the other day, he was like you should go out and buy at least the Cutter, and you could buy, I forget which one he said, like this one, or you could buy the 18, which is just infinitely better. So next thing I knew, I dropped $200 on some scotch. So, oh well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. Well, thank you guys again for coming on. Hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you guys all for watching. If you're watching the replay, hey, leave me a comment below. What was your favorite classic video game? And do you have a whiskey story to tell us? So cheers, you guys. Thanks again. And I don't have an outro yet, but this has been Bourbon Bites.
Cheers.
cheers, guys.
Thanks.